and Korea as you watch these youngsters in action for the national championships from Indianapolis, Indiana. Square Arena in Indianapolis, Indiana. Indianapolis, a suddenly booming sports city, the home of the Colts, the Pacers, and dreaming of a major league team. But now it's boxing. Hello again, everyone. I'm Howard Cosell, and welcome to the 1984 USA Amateur Boxing Championships. These championships, of course, come in the still recent wake of the extraordinary exploits of the American boxing team in the games of the 23rd Olympiad this past summer at Los Angeles. You remember that team? The memory's still so vivid. 9 golds, 1 silver, 1 bronze. Mark Breland among them, and Frank Tate, and of course, the seemingly unjust disqualification of Evander Holyfield, who was nonetheless awarded the bronze. But now the task begins anew to develop, to formulate the team for 1988 and the forthcoming games at that time. And so, tonight you'll be seeing the very beginning as we develop more young Olympians. We're ready now for action. Featherweight classification, 125-pound weight limitation. Fighting in blue, but from the red corner, 19-year-old Lyndon Walker, a banger from Washington, D.C. Not a skilled boxer, but a banger, as I'm sure you'll be seeing in a moment. How did he get here? Let's go to his semifinal bout. The opponent there, Chuck Richards from Rapid City, South Dakota. This was first-round action, and you see what I mean right there about Walker being a banger. Punching the opponent all over the ring, staggering him against the ropes with a right, then quickly after him, and already Richards seemed ready to go. Protection of the fighter, primary in amateur boxing. Quickly, the official in there, the contest stopped. Walker must fight this young man. His name, Lupe Guiterrez from Turlock, California. Semifinal action for him against Bernard Roach of Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Second round. And Guiterrez with a touch more boxing skill perhaps than Walker, but not quite the banger that Walker is, all over his opponent. And the referee stopped the contest in the second round. Earlier, Pat Nappy described Guiterrez to me.
Lupe Guiterrez at 125 pounds fights a real tough kid in Walker, who is a hell of a hooker. And it's going to be one of the better bouts that we're going to have this evening. Lupe's had quite a few international bouts, and he just recently came off of a win with Poland. So I think that this particular bout is going to be one of the outstanding bouts of this evening.
Pat Nappy, the American Olympic boxing coach, and what a job he did at Los Angeles. I know I was there. We're ready now for the start of the featherweight bout. Walker to the right of your screen, Guiterrez to the left. Long left by Guiterrez. That's what I meant by perhaps a touch more of boxing skills. He knows how to use the left to keep the opponent at bay. Both fighters in the center of the ring. Guiterrez good at using the ring, but you just saw the movement there by young Walker. Watch Walker, because he can unload at any time. An utterly fearless kid with tremendous confidence in his own punching power. The third man in the ring is Floyd East from Lake Charles, Louisiana. And the judging done by 5 judges at ringside, 20-point must-scoring system per round. Overwhelming round can be a 2 or 3-point round for one fighter over the other. Now, what you have to watch for here is for Walker to suddenly connect, unload, because with his power, he can take anybody out. This is why Pat Nappy thought this would be one of the best fights of the evening. Let's see if it develops that way. First round action. Walker with that quick right. That's what Guiterrez must be careful of. Walker, a smaller fellow, and a more difficult target. Guiterrez occasionally will have to punch down. But Guiterrez still trying to use that left. But again, the quick answering counter-punching right by Walker. And Walker with a flurry of blows. Getting to Guiterrez. This is what I told you had to watch out for. Moving down to the midriff, then up to the head. Lyndon Walker doing his thing. 19 years old from Washington, D.C. And this is a kid who will take punishment in order to give it. answering with his counter punches. Right there, off balance, Guiterrez took a blow, and it's a standing 8 count on that blow. Floyd East, the official, third man in the ring. I don't know if that really deserved a standing 8 count, but the official judged it that way. Guiterrez off balance when he took the blow. Back to the battle. Walker chasing Guiterrez. Walker connecting now. Much better than he did in the very early going of this round. Guiterrez trying to answer back. But if he gets in a slugfest with Walker, he will pay the price, believe me, because Walker is the better puncher. Guiterrez must be using that left, keeping the opponent at bay. And he must use the ring more than he's been using. You stand in the middle there against Walker, and as I said, you'll pay the piper for it. Walker and the crowd warming to the action. This is a good, busy first round of boxing. From Turlock, California, Guiterrez just took an answering combination. And this first round, clearly, Lyndon Walker. Guiterrez, who took a pounding in the first round, although I felt that the standing 8 count registered against him was questionable. I thought it was a glancing blow while Guiterrez was off balance. But no question, Lyndon Walker dominated because he kept getting through. Began with counter-punching, answering blows, and then was the total aggressor. So clearly, in my book, Lyndon Walker's round. And you see Walker going right to the battle again, landing with his right. And a caution from referee Floyd East of Lake Charles, Louisiana, about cuffing. You must pronate the blow, hit with the white portion of the glove. Basic to Olympic scoring rules. Second round action, and Guiterrez still making the same mistake, fighting in the center of the ring, where Lyndon Walker with his superior power can tee off. Guiterrez there boxing better though, scoring some blows, using the left to the belly, which he did not do in the first round. Remember? Got in another good left to Lyndon Walker's chin. You just saw it. But Walker takes that punishment, comes answering back. Featherweight fight. Weight limitation under 25 pounds. Walker sometimes going into a crouch low, a more difficult target. But Guiterrez boxing better until and unless he gets nailed by one of Walker's punishing blows. Walker getting that left in now. He got it in twice, as you saw. A third time. Then the right in follow-up. Another good right by Walker. That's the blow that really demolishes the opponent. Looking at the countdown in time, this is round 2. And Walker again assuming control. Guiterrez feeling the blows, and right there, staggered in that neutral corner. And it's a second standing 8 count of the bout. Remember, a knockdown blow or a standing 8 count blow counts for no more than a simple left jab. Indeed, the key blow in international amateur boxing is what we call the speed jab. The best user of that in the Olympics, Daryl, the super heavyweight. Another caution to Walker. But Walker again taking over the bout, dominating Guiterrez, who has simply not been able to get away from the swarming punching of little Lyndon Walker, age 19, Washington, D.C., teeing off on Guiterrez. Guiterrez not going down, fighting gamely, but not efficiently. So far, Lyndon Walker's fight without question. This kid is not, as I said, a polished boxer, but what a banger he is. Just what Pat Nappy told us to expect from these two fighters. Guiterrez having come off a victory in Poland. A good fighter. Lyndon Walker not facing a chump. They are ready for the third and final round fight. Featherweight classification. Lyndon Walker, the rightist green. Lupe Guiterrez to the left now to the right. And so far, it's been, in my book, all Lyndon Walker's fight. 2 standing 8 counts. 1 in the first round, 1 in the second round. The first round, I felt the standing 8 count was dubious. The official felt differently. The official is Floyd East from Lake Charles, Louisiana. Third round action. In the beginning of the round, more movement by Guiterrez, which is what he needed earlier in the fight. Fighting too much in the center of the ring, he fell prey to the heavier punching power of Lyndon Walker. Lyndon is 19, the opponent is 20. Both kids, both with dreams of Korea. And Walker now, a very assured, confident fighter, knows he's hurt the opponent, especially in the second round. And Guiterrez showed signs of fatigue in that second round from the punching he had been taking. Walker is after him steadily. Guiterrez trying to fight. But again, he's standing static in the middle of the ring, now backing off. But Walker with another good left that hurt the opponent. Walker clearly in charge. And there is the official, another standing 8 count. Floyd East in there quickly. And the fight ready to resume. And the official was right there to step in because Guiterrez was ready to go. Now, that's what I mean by not being a polished fighter. The wild swing by Walker and the quick connection by Guiterrez of a combination of Walker's face. Walker's got to learn how to keep his composure, how to measure the opponent, how to set him up. Right there, the referee had to step in, and the contest is stopped. RSC in the third round here at the Market Square Arena. The national champion in the featherweight classification is 19-year-old Lyndon Walker. This was the first, and I felt the questionable standing 8 count. You saw Guiterrez was off balance, a glancing blow to the back of the head. The official, Floyd East, felt otherwise. In the second round, these stunning blows by Walker clearly called for a standing 8 count. The official absolutely correct. And here, the stoppage of the fight. There could be no other way. Walker teeing off on Guiterrez, defenseless at that point, utterly weary. So the two fighters hug, and Lyndon Walker, 19, Washington, D.C., has won himself a national championship in the featherweight classification. Good fight. Levine, local hero from Kokomo, Indiana, age 20. Good boxer. We are between rounds. First round action just completed. Levine's opponent, only 17 years of age. His name, Obie Beard. He is from Jackson, Tennessee, the younger brother of Jackie Beard, the professional fighter, formerly an Olympian himself. And as we pick up in the second round, in my book, Levine was a close winner of the first round. Beard has been a surprise throughout this tournament, outperforming the expectations of him when the tournament began. So it's Victor Levine against Obie Beard. And Levine is a good, polished boxer. He knows the moves. He knows how to use the lefts. He knows how to control the opponent, and he knows how to use the ring. Beard, at 17, much less poised and professional. Levine in the blue. And Obie Beard now to the left of your screen. Obie not able to get through to Levine. Levine using his left very well. Remember, quickness with which a man can score the left is usually the dominant factor in point scoring in international amateur boxing. I've talked about the speed jab. I did it throughout the Olympic Games themselves in the boxing competition. These are lightweights, 132-pound weight limitation. And the crowd is up because their kid, Victor Levine of Kokomo, is the one they want to win. And so far, Levine doing a good job, as you can see, in the boxing department. He is using boxing basics. He is cutting off the ring as Beard tries to keep moving. He is always in front of his opponent, but never losing his defensive stance. And yet, using that quick left jab, as you just saw. Then the follow-up right there. Levine fighting cleverly, poised, skillfully. Third man in the ring in this bout is Lennon of Fort Rucker, Alabama. Long-term boxing official at the amateur level, Herman Lennon. And Levine keeps purposefully going about his business. And Beard, while he's still showing foot movement, is not himself able to score. Levine dominating the fight. Remember, in international amateur boxing, you must hit the target area. Only blows landed to the target area count. The target area goes from the brow of the head down to the belt. But blows on the opponent's arms do not count. That's without the target area. We're approaching the end of round 2. A caution to Obie Beard by referee Lyndon. But I give this round clearly to Victor Levine. For the third and final round, lightweight bout, Victor Levine of Kokomo, Indiana, in the blue. And his opponent, 17-year-old Obie Beard from Jackson, Tennessee. First round, a close round. I gave the slight edge to Levine. Second round, not close, the edge to Levine. Levine, age 20, Kokomo, Indiana, local hero, Obie Beard, 17, surprised everyone in this tournament up to this point. But now may be outclassed in a boxing sense, though not a wide disparity, not as wide as outclassed might make it seem. Outclassed, though, as a boxer. Third and final round action. Herman Lyndon of Fort Rucker, Alabama, the official. Scoring by 5 judges at ringside on a 20-point must system in the International Amateur Boxing manner. And there you see how successfully Levine uses the left and the difficulty of Beard in getting through. So Beard moves the head and has generally good foot movement and head movement. He has not been able to penetrate efficiently the defenses of the more skilled Indiana. 3-minute rounds, usually filled with action. Every precaution taken that's possible for the safety of the fighters. That's primary in amateur boxing. We're more than halfway through the third and final round, as you can see. And this round is of a pattern with the second round. This has not been what you'd call one of the great exciting fights because of the absence of standing 8 counts or knockdowns. But I'll tell you this, it's been a skill fight. You saw the head of Beard snap back by a quick right. And this kind of boxing skill is what has been employed throughout the bout by Victor Levine, age 20, with his own dreams of the future. But Obie Beard, at age 17, having come this far in the Nationals, is a young man to be reckoned with for Korea. And now you can see how Victor Levine took command there. Lennon separating the fighters. Again, the quick right lead that scored. I like this kid Levine. He's showing me a lot of boxing skill. This is not just a local hero being favored by the crowd. He deserves the appreciation of the crowd for the cleverness of the fight he has fought. And Beard simply cannot get through to Levine. We are approaching the end of this bout. They are lightweights. And while it has not been awesome as a bout, it has been skillful, worth watching. And so the end of the fight. We will be awaiting the decision, and clearly Victor Levine knows that he has won. Under any circumstances, let's go to slow motion action in round 3. There's that quick right snapping lead that I talked about. And another right, and the left got in there. And Beard unable to answer back. And against the ropes, taking still another right. Yes, that's the way Victor Levine dominated this fight. Now the decision.
Your national champion in the 132-pound weight division. In the red corner from Kokomo, Indiana,
it had to
Levine.
be Victor Levine of Kokomo, Indiana, age 20. And the kid fought himself a nifty fight. Again, let's look in slow motion. This was action earlier in the bout. And Levine, even then, showing how to assume control of a more inexperienced opponent. I think this is a young man we should meet. Let's quickly get him down here and talk with him. Victor, congratulations. You're 20 years old. Do you plan to stay around as an amateur for 4 years for the Olympics, if you can make it?
Well, it all depends. I haven't really made any decision about turning pro, but, if my amateur record keeps good just like this, keep winning and keep fighting and shoot the #1 spot, I might just shoot for the 84, but, hopefully I'd rather turn professional. But right now, if it keeps good just like this, I might just stay in it.
I must ask you about your fighting style, Victor. You fight in a straight-up, straight-ahead style, in the manner of British fighters. Don't you think in the long run you're going to have to get more lateral movement, change that style?
Well, not really, To me, I like to take the fight forwards to the guy, If he can take it, he'll fight with it. If some guys can't take it, it might not last 3 or 4 rounds, but, I can settle down and pace myself and just jab out of a movement. But this fight right here, I wanted to take the fight to him because, I really wanted to win this real fight. He's a good fighter. He's fast, Beat this guy, you got to take it to him, just like I did tonight.
Well, you certainly did that. You certainly control the fight. So good luck to you, whatever your future decision is.
Thanks a lot. I'd like to take it all back to Kokomo. I thank all people from back home who really pushed me ahead to do something like this. I'm really proud of myself.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Good kid. And we'll see what the future holds for him when it's waiting the start of round 2. The welterweight finals. Weight limitation, 147 pounds. Alton Rice in the blue and Daryl Lattimore in the red shirt. First round I gave to Lattimore. He dominated in the first half of the round, came on strongly in the final 40 seconds to win the round cleanly, I thought. But 2 tough kids. Not the greatest skills in the world, but tough. Lattimore beginning to connect late in the round. A southpaw fighter, as you can see. The right lead actually staggering Rice. But these kids can take punches. Now we're in the middle of action similar to that which took place in the first round. A caution, low blow. Bo Wimbler, third man in the ring from Paterson, New Jersey. A good right by Rice. Rice won't quit on you. Just when you think he's been hurt, he'll come back with more punching power than one would expect. They're in the middle of the ring. You don't see a lot of movement here. Straight ahead, straight up. The left uppercut tried by Lattimore.
Come on, Daryl.
The right lead, then a good left by Lattimore. He's being exhorted on by a leather-lunged fan to my rear. Rice with a wild miss. That's what he's got to be careful of because Lattimore can counter with one of his stinging rights. The round more than half over. This is round 2, welterweight action. Final. The national championship. Again, Lattimore scores better on the exchange. But Rice fighting better in this round, a closer round. And Rice with a good right. Rice trying to fight back. Just when you think Rice is in trouble, he will fight back this way. Maybe his most distinguishing mark as a fighter. Rice is 21, Lattimore 22, both from Washington, D.C. Each knowing the other, but never having fought one another in a national competition. They produce good fighters in the national capital. They always have. Right there. Rice was hurt by a left from Lattimore. We're down under 30 seconds in the second round. Good left again by Lattimore. I think I give him the edge in this second round. A closer round, clearly, than the first round. Not compelling skills, but determined fighters doing their best. Ready for the third and final round. Welterweight action here at the Market Square Arena in Indianapolis, Indiana. Alton Rice, blue shirt. Daryl Lattimore, red shirt. First 2 rounds. First round I gave cleanly to Lattimore. Second round, much closer, but I gave a slight edge to Lattimore. So Rice will need a big round, in my view, at least, to win this fight. You'd have to score a 2 or 3-point round victory, scoring by 5 ringside judges, 20-point must system per round. Lattimore, the southpaw, having the greatest strength and punching power in the first 2 rounds, in my view. And right there at the very start, Lattimore. But now, Rice fighting back better. And he came on, remember, in the second round, made that round very close. So Alton Rice with a big job before him. Third and final round action. A caution from referee Bo Wimberly of Paterson, New Jersey, to Alton Rice. Remember, you must hit cleanly with the white portion of the glove. Rice getting in blows in this round that he wasn't effective with in the first 2 rounds. Going to the belly well in 2 flurries in a row. Good left and another follow-up left. Doubled on it and stung Lattimore. Rice making a comeback in this round. Will it be big enough if he can sustain? That'll be the question in the scoring. More than halfway through the third and final round. Told you this kid Rice was a toughie. Just when you think you've hurt him, when you've got him stung, he'll rebound. Look at those blows to the head. Teeing off on Lattimore. Excellent round for Alton Rice. Good comeback. Beating Lattimore to the punch in this round. Lattimore trying to fight back now, but down to the belly, up to the head, bearing his blows and his target. Alton Rice with a very impressive round. Not going to be easy to score this fight in view of this third round by Rice. Oh, big right by Rice, sending back on his heels Daryl Lattimore. Much better fight. Oh, forget that. That's a slip. Off balance, pushed down, no knockdown. Wembley understood it immediately. And we're down inside the 20-second mark. Counting down to the end of the fight now. And I think quite cleanly, Alton Rice won this round. Who won the fight? That remains to be seen. Lattimore won the first round, and my book the second round. The bell. The 2 fighters obviously weary. 3 rounds, steady action. Not the greatest boxing skills in the world, but tough action. Let's look at some of that action in slow motion. Lattimore with the right lead. Remember, a southpaw, then doubling on the left. Rice coming back. That's the attempted uppercut, as I described it earlier. But this was when Lattimore was in charge of the fight. Third round was a different story. And now,
we have a
the
winner.
decision.
Judge's decision. Your national champion in the 147-pound class is in the red corner, Daryl Lattimore.
So Lattimore gets the decision. Understandable. He had won the first round convincingly, the second round closely. He had the edge. Daryl Lattimore, welterweight champion. Ready for action in the light middleweight division finals. Remember that brilliant American boxer Frank Tate at the Olympics? Well, these aren't Frank Tates, but they'll do their best. That's one of the contestants. McElroy, Ray McElroy, Long Beach, California. That's the opponent. A big clubber from the Bronx, Kevin Bryant, in the Army. He's 25, McElroy 20. How did Kevin Bryant get here? This was semifinal action against Alfonso Bailey, the very first round. And Bryant, a knockout artist, a right, and then another right. Sometimes he looped them, sometimes he straight with them. Those 2 clubbing rights, and that was about it. Referee stopped the contest in the first round. So now, it's McElroy, Long Beach, California, in the white, and it is Kevin Bryant from the Bronx. First round, And Tony Filippelli is the referee, one of the best in the business from Utica, New York. Did a superb job at the Olympic Games. First round action, and look at McElroy moving. He knows the power in Bryant's punches. There's that long looping right lead by Bryant. Bryant trying to get in quickly to the opponent. McElroy trying to use the ring to stay away. So far, able to do so. Problem for McElroy, how to get into Bryant. It's one thing to stay away. It's another thing to be able to score. Bryant just looking immediately for the kill. Left by Bryant. McElroy steadily about the ring. Doesn't want to stay on those ropes. Not for long against Bryant's punching power. Long right by Bryant. Bryant covering up as McElroy seeks to get back at him. Bryant steadily on the prowl. Looking. McElroy steadily moving, but a little bit less movement in McElroy at this point in the first round. Long right that missed. A good left. And another good right. Another right that was a glancing blow. A good strong right. Then a left that staggers McElroy. Standing 8 count. Filippelli checking McElroy. Checking the eyes. Told you Bryant's a killer. Filippelli lets the fight continue. Bryant quickly after McElroy. Wild. No boxing skill. Wildly amateurish. But clearly McElroy in deep trouble. Bryant, wild swinger, but in command, looking to land one, however, wherever, looking for the kill. Now McElroy trying to fight back. This is a crazy fight, unskilled. McElroy is ready to go. Clearly, he's been hurt and hurt badly. Saw him bend over a moment ago on the ropes, and right there, Filippelli wisely stops the fight. Referee stops contest. And the 25-year-old Army man from the Bronx, Kevin Bryant, is the winner. Let's take a look at some of this action in slow motion. The first standing 8 count. The wild right behind the ear. The left, a good left. That's the one that did it. Tried to set him up with the right, not too successfully, but the left. Another look, another view. Again, the right, and there was the left. Flush. And McElroy ready to go. Now let's talk to Bryant. Well, congratulations, Kevin. You put him away in a hurry, but you're 25 years old. When do you get out of the Army?
I get out August 8th, 1985.
And you do plan to leave the service, right?
I haven't made up my mind yet, Howard. This was a very important tournament to me. I was trying to see what I do here, see how I could be for the professional world. So I haven't made up my mind yet. I might stay in the Army, or I might try and turn professional, see how I do out there.
But you're not even thinking about the Olympics in '88, right?
No, there's definitely no chance of me trying out for Olympics. I tried out for the '84 Olympics, won the bronze medal, so that told me right there I'm getting too old to be messing around, staying amateur. So either I'm going to make a move after I get out, or I'll just make my career in the Army, because I've been in 7 years now. So I've invested a lot of time in the Army, and I don't want to go out there and, like jump out the frying pan into the fire,
Well, you're a thoughtful young man. Kevin Bryant, the champion light middle years, age 28, trained in the Kronk gym, Emmanuel Stewart's gym. And while you can't see his face at the moment, that's Nathaniel Fitch. 13 years in boxing. He's in the Army, and he, as I said, is 28 too. We're awaiting the start of second round action. First round, both opponents unskilled as boxers, in my opinion. A very close round. The edge might have gone to Fitch. Now in the second round, watch these two and forget about them for the Korea Olympics, because at 28, it'll be over for them at 32 in terms of representing the United States. Look at them, they are wild swingers, bangers. And Slemp, cautioned by the referee, who is one of the very best. As I said in the case of Tony Filippelli of Utica, New York, this is a veteran amateur boxing official, Ed Herbeck of Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. Very, very active official, always in command of the ring, the fighters, always well positioned, knows exactly what he's doing. The fight resumes. That was not a near knockdown. There will be no standing 8 count even. These are wild fellows, no finesse, no boxing skills, just pound, pound, pound. Slemp, the Kronk Gym. The minute you see a Kronk Gym fighter, you look for the telltale defect. The left hand, the left arm, down at the side. Susceptible to the right lead, in the manner in which Sugar Ray Leonard exposed Thomas Hearns in their classic fight in Las Vegas, Nevada. In the case of these fighters, it doesn't matter much, does it? A caution from Herbeck to Slemp. Round is more than a half over. Well, warning for leading with the head. Points deducted. Remember the difference between a caution and a warning. Caution, no deduction of points. Warning, the official points to each of the judges indicating point deduction. Referee may have no voice in the scoring, but he's certainly in control of the bout during the course of the action. Fitch in the blue, Slemp, the name on his back, sloppy fight, very few clean blows. Not a very good evidence of amateur boxing the way it can be. But with these guys, you never know, do you? Somebody lands a wild punch, and out they go. Slemp leaning against the ropes. Kronk Gym fighters may keep their left arms down, but they usually have a lot of movement, a lot of skills. Not in the case of this super heavyweight, Slemp. Those punches have no snap to them. Punches thrown by Slemp. Slow motion in this round. Very few clean blows, as I said. Maybe the corners have something to tell them. Let's listen.
3 minutes. You got that? 3 minutes, you got to work. The championship will be yours. Come on, man. Pick it up. Suck it up. Put your gloves on. Come on.
The short punch, I don't want you on the rope. You understand that? You got to get this man. Okay. Come on. Come on. You got to get out there and work. 3 minutes. That's all you got.
Well, they were both told to work by their respective corners. That helps if you can fight. Round 3, third and final round. Anybody's fight at this point. A lot of holding, a lot of clinching, wild blows, roundhouse. Fitch feeling maybe that he's slightly behind, coming out. Herbeck from Shrewsbury, Massachusetts, cautioning Fitch. One sits here waiting for something to happen. Slemp trying to land with the left, not too successfully. Fitch told by his corner, suck it up and work. But up till now, he hasn't been able to connect. He once showed a fight like this in the Olympic Games of '72 from Munich, West Germany. Terrible fight. 2 European heavyweights, neither of them skilled. Crowd is booing, and you can understand it in this case. Less than a minute 30 left and counting down, as you can see. Awful fight. Amateur boxing may be at its worst. Slemp getting Fitch into the corner. But they're not landing any clean blows. Oh, good uppercut. Sharp uppercut by Fitch. Maybe the best blow of the fight. And a good right. Suddenly Fitch on the attack. A good left. Sending him right through the ropes. A stunning left. A classic knockout. Bad fighters, but a classic knockout. I hope the kid is all right. Fitch knows this fight's over, of course. Right through the ropes. Look at Slemp lying there. It was the left that got him, not the right, which is usually the case against a Kron fighter because the left is usually down at the side. Let's look at it again. Sudden, stunning ending of a terrible fight. That left did it. Both hands down at the sides by Slemp and right through the ropes. Look at him. And from another angle. Watch closely. There was a right. There was the left that did it. Left really cleaned him out. Decked him savage. Abrupt ending. Unexpected. Thankfully, Slemp seems to be perfectly all right. And in the meantime, let's have a word with Fitch. Nathaniel, that was a tremendous knockout, and they had Slemp ahead on 3 of the 5 cards till you came up with that tremendous left hook.
Well, my coach showed me that I had to get out there and put a lot of pressure on him because I lost the first 2 rounds. Just give it what I got. I had gas to burn, and I burned it.
You burned it. That's a classic picture of a knockout, a classic knockout. Meantime, you're an Army man. You've been boxing 13 years, 28 years of age. Will this wrap up boxing for you, or what?
Well, I think I am going to hang my glove and just let it go at that. Let a lot of the young guys come in and take over. I get a thrill out of seeing them winning.
Nathaniel Fitch, super heavyweight champion, 1984, USA National Boxing Champion. Here in the 12 weight classifications, take quick note of Bernard Price, flyweight. Almost beat Steve McElroy in the Olympic box-offs this year, and I believe he'll be a gold medal winner in 1988, a super fighter. To him and to all of the others, our congratulations. Some kids with skills yet to be refined, some kids who won't ever have the skills to succeed. But a good tournament, a good testing experience.
Country Club in Indianapolis.